Philadelphia Eagles defensive end Nolan Smith earlier this season was tasked to going from a part-time player to a full-time player due to injury, and the guy's only gotten better and better and better, and he had arguably his most impactful game against the Green Bay Packers in the first week of the playoffs. And today we're going to break down the tape of this guy. We'll get into some of these other defensive linemen as well, but we'll start right away with Nolan Smith, who had an absolutely incredible day yesterday against the Packers. Multiple plays where this guy was basically in there making the play. On this one here, he's going to take on the right tackle who's trying to seal him downwards. This is going to be counter here towards the left of the formation. And what they're trying to do here is block down Nolan Smith, block all these other guys down here as well. And they're basically going to try to get a kick out on the outside linebacker here. And they're going to try to hit this right to the inside. And for the most part, the blocking scheme does work, right? You can see all these guys over here blocking down. You get the kick out block on number 53 by the tight end. Truth be told, had Nolan Smith actually gotten blocked properly by the right tackle, there would have been a lane right between these two guys. And it's a nicely executed play as well. But of course, Nolan Smith had different plans. He not only stays within the run fit, but he ends up fighting through it, getting over the top, and he ends up getting in there and blowing this one up. The right tackle here for the Packers is a pretty solid right tackle, and you see Smith doing a really good job being able to fight through this, not get pushed down, get over the top, and get into the run fit, bring it down for just a gain of about a yard. It's a really, really good job right there. Now, Smith does still rotate in on early downs, but he does still end up playing on run downs, right? Because teams do still run the ball on second down, sometimes even on third downs. But his run defense this season has definitely gotten a lot better, and is definitely noticeable on tape, right? Like, this guy's gotten to the point where he's beating blocks right at the point of attack. He's making impactful plays when you ultimately need him to, right? This is a 3rd and 3, and he's going to basically beat the tight end. The tight end, keep in mind, has a pretty simple block. And he's going to get in there and he's going to wrap the running back up and he's going to make sure to bring this guy down. So we're seeing Nolan Smith's impact on more than just the pass rushing situations, right? And I say that about Nolan Smith's run defense because it is underrated. And people understand that Nolan Smith is more of a pass rusher as opposed to a run defender, which is also partly why sometimes he doesn't play on first downs. But the impact on third down specifically cannot be overlooked. The pass rush technique this guy plays with, right? The movement, the bend, it is absolutely elite. Take this play right here and just think about how quickly Smith changes direction going up against his right tackle. And you see how quickly he's able to beat this guy, and he's going to get to the quarterback on 3rd and 3. And he's going to bring the quarterback down. These are game-altering plays right here. To me, this is such a great job by Nolan Smith because when Smith is this far away from the tackle, this tackle has to get depth, right? He understands he has to get vertical in his set. And the thing with Nolan Smith is he's so fast. He can start outside. He can quickly jump back towards the inside. And as an offensive tackle, you're just not going to move as fast as Nolan Smith moves. So Smith's going to take one step upwards. He's going to quickly change direction, come underneath it. And as an offensive tackle trying to get vertical just to make sure that you don't get beat to the outside, it's very hard to be able to change direction and stop a guy hitting you with an inside move. I mean, that's incredible. And then you also see the pass rush technique element of it, where it's not just the movement, right? You see the left hand come down. He's going to swat the arm of the right tackle here, keeping in mind that left inside arm of this tackle is the only thing that can really save him from Nolan Smith beating him, right? The only way this guy can recover is with that inside arm. And Smith understands that, and he's going to just chop it down. He's too quick, moves very, very fluidly, has that bend, can chop, can get after it, and on this one, you're going to lose 14 yards on 3rd and 3. That's an absolutely incredible job by Nolan Smith. Now, of course, as a pass rusher, Smith was very, very consistent yesterday. He had multiple pressures. He had multiple sacks. He was getting after the quarterback. And what's crazy is when teams come out in a true 5-man pass protection the way the Packers do, a whole lot, where you're going to get 5 offensive linemen going up against 4 defensive linemen, this means you got to pick who's going to get double teamed and who's not. And on this one, Smith's going to end up getting the help, right? You see the right guard help on Carter. He's going to come out towards Smith. And Smith still is able to generate a little bit of pressure. He still takes his right tackle right back into the quarterback. This guy should be able to anchor down at this point, but Smith gets the hands right to the inside, lifts him, pushes him back into the quarterback. And look at Jordan Love here feel that pressure. And look at him roll out of here towards that right. So again, it's a really good job being able to generate that pressure. And this is something he was doing a lot yesterday. Generating pressure, making the quarterback feel uncomfortable. And just straight up beating the offensive tackle that he was basically paired up against, right? Just straight up kicking his ass, getting after the quarterback. You get another one here where he's going to once again hit the tackle with an inside move. And it's so quick. And this guy has no way to basically stop this. Now, this is a defensive line game here, right? But you see Nolan Smith with the hezzy move As fast as explosive, left-hand chop ends up beating this guy to the inside. I mean, how do you stop this as an offensive tackle? When Nolan Smith gets going upfield, when he's lined up out wide, right in that wide 9, the hezzy move, changes direction, hits him with an inside move. That's hard right there to stop. That's a really, really good job right there. He generates pressure on this one, but the quarterback does get the ball out. But the guy had an incredible overall game as a pass rusher, and I think it was a part of why Jordan Love struggled so much yesterday, right? Because there was so much pressure quickly and instantly. And of course, it wasn't just Nolan Smith, right? There are other guys that were kind of involved as well, and I do want to show you guys some of those plays as well. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. I want to show you guys some of what Jalen Carter did in yesterday's game. The guy was very, very, very solid. Carter at this point, I think, is the best defensive tackle in the NFL. He makes it absolutely look easy, right? You see plays like this where Jalen Carter's going to end up locking out on the center. Not only does he lock out and hold his run fit, which is this one here, but as soon as he recognizes the running back's going to cut this towards the right, he's going to get off the block. He's going to get over the top, and he's going to basically get in there. And he's going to help stop this play for just a gain of about 2 yards. All right, so Jalen Carter's at that point where the guy's basically unblockable, right? And of course, you see a lot of plays like this where he's going to utilize that pass rush technique. He's going to get right over the top of some of these offensive linemen. He's going to generate pressure, or he's going to get in the run fit. And in yesterday's game, the guy was very, very, very solid, right? Play in, play out. He was getting in there and kind of doing his thing. And I feel like a lot of times, Jalen Carter's impact does go unnoticed a little bit. On this one here, he's going to do a really good job with the bull rush. The hands do land a little high. I'm not sure if that's hands to the face or not, but he does a good job here as he kind of pushes this guy backwards. The hand does look a little high, but he still does a good job being able to get off the block, generate that pressure. Quarterback does get the ball out. This one is completed for 4 yards. But do note, this is a 3-step drop, which means as a defensive lineman, you're not going to actually get to the quarterback. Although he did pressure the quarterback did get the ball out. You got another one where he's not going to actually get credit for a sack, but he is going to generate pressure, and the quarterback rolls out of there because of that. And he's going to pick up 11 of the 12 yards he needed for the first. The Eagles still do technically get off the field on that one. But similar to that last one, once again, Jalen Carter is going to do a really good job being able to generate pressure, right? He's going to do a really good job with the pass rush technique. You got another one here. Once again, Jalen Carter is going to generate pressure, and this one's going to be an incomplete pass. And this one's an incomplete pass because of Jalen Carter 100%, right? Of course, on this one here, the quarterback wants to be able to push the ball downfield, right? His idea of this play is that there's some sort of Mills concept or dagger downfield. And of course, Jalen Carter, understanding it's a true pass rushing situation, there's 49 seconds left before the first half ends. He understands he has this opportunity on this one, right? It's going to be a 5-step or a 7-step drop. He's going to slant to the inside. He's going to get locked in with the center, and he's going to just straight up beat this guy. I mean, look at that, man. That's how you make yourself skinny. Grab onto the left shoulder pad, right arm comes over the top. And just like that, he has pressure on the quarterback. And the quarterback, although he's trying to get the ball downfield, he's trying to push the ball 15, 20 yards downfield, he doesn't have time for that. Right? Jordan Love isn't even able to hit his 5th step on his 5-step drop before Jalen Carter's already right in his face, right? So that's a really, really, really good rep right there by Carter. You got another one here by Carter. He's going to do a really good job being able to hold the block, and he's going to basically get into the run fit, and he's going to make the play. 3rd and 3 here. Jalen Carter is able to get in there and stop this play from picking up a first down. Very, very nice job by Carter. The fact that he has to 2-gap this one, right? Keep in mind, you're going to have a light box up front, which means there's more running lanes for the offense than there are guys on the defensive side to contain a run fit. But Jalen Carter is going to actually just 2-gap this. So not only is he going to end up in the B gap here, but as he gets double teamed, he's going to come back into the A gap and he's going to shut this one down. That's a great job by Jalen Carter right there to kind of get in there. And you're going to be able to stop this play from picking up that first down. Jalen Carter had a really, really good day yesterday for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, of course, from a scheme perspective, the Eagles did obviously utilize a light box a lot, which is something Big Fangio has done a lot in the past. This year for the Eagles, during the regular season, he didn't utilize that light box as much, but yesterday against the Packers, he definitely utilized it, and I think that was a big part of why Jordan Love struggled to really push the ball downfield. You know, the Packers are a good offense, but they really struggled yesterday. Think about this play here as an example. This is a 1st and 10 here early on in the game, and the Eagles are going to have their guys 8 yards off the ball. You're going to have 2 safeties, basically 15 yards off the ball. And this was the approach that the Philadelphia Eagles took against the Green Bay Packers. They say, we're going to play a light box. If you want to run the football, you go for it. And for the most part, the Eagles actually did a really good job defending the run. And of course, guys like Quinyon Mitchell had a really, really good game yesterday. 5 targets, really only gave up 1 catch for about 3 to 4 yards. The guy had a really good game. And to me, Big Fangio put these guys in place to have success. And truth be told, these guys absolutely delivered. The defensive line was incredible yesterday. Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, play in, play out, got after it. Milton Williams was pretty solid as well, as were the guys in the back end, Darius Slay, Quinyon Mitchell. And to me, one of the big reasons as to why the Eagles are able to have success is because of those guys that they have on the defense side of the football. And I want to go ahead and just show you guys one final thing. I mention light box all the time. I kind of want to just explain to you guys exactly what that means. So notice that you're going to have 2 safeties playing about 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. You're going to have 2 tight ends onto the football field. And as soon as the quarterback's going to actually hand this football off, watch the safety come downhill. Watch him run downhill and watch him chase this play down and ultimately help make the play. Right? And the point of what a light box is basically to say that, hey, we're going to keep 2 safeties deep and we'll give you 3 yards on any given run. Right? Our safeties will run downhill. You guys might have the numbers, and I'll show you guys what that means here really quickly as well. So if you guys did the math on the guys relative to the run gaps, there's just not enough guys that can fit every single run gap. In this instance here, you basically have 2 gaps that are uncovered. Now, of course, the guys are not responsible for the actual run fits. Like 53, for example, is not going to have the A gap here. He's most likely to take the C gap, but the point in what I'm trying to show you guys is that there's not enough guys to contain every single run fit. So we call this a light box on the defense side of the field. Now, of course, when you utilize that light box, your safety's got to come downhill. And that's exactly what happens on this one. And more than your safeties coming downhill, when you keep 2 guys deep against this type of look, your defensive linemen and linebackers have to also be able to 2-gap. They have to be able to also get off blocks and do those type of things. On this one here, not only does Jalen Carter absolutely blow this up, if you guys keep an eye on him, look at this, look at him blow this guy up, but you also have the safety coming downhill, right? Number 32, Blankenship, is going to run downhill and he's going to help support the run. 2nd and 6. 2 to 3 yards, that's all right, because you put the offense in a 3rd and 2 or 3 situation, and if they don't pick it up, then that's a win for the defense side of the football. And that's the big Fangio scheme, right? Light boxes, safety's got to come downhill and make plays. And to me, the Eagles are bought in this year, man. I absolutely love this defensive scheme. I just wanted to show you guys what a light box is really quickly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing. We are obviously covering the Eagles, and we'll cover them as they get into the Super Bowl run here. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.